Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, free over-the-counter healthcare items, free groceries with a healthy food card, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with free transportation and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-866-907-9271. Now, that's 1-866-907-9271. WellCare, Medicare done well.
Because baby back ribs make everything better, you can add a half rack to any Sonny's entree for just $7. Or go full rack with our baby back rib plate for $18.99. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit masters since '68.
How to holiday the Bob's way. Mr. Gnome, you look tired. I get it. It's exhausting going from one holiday sale to another, but not at Bob's Discount Furniture. With my everyday low prices and many financing options to fit your budget, you can get this 4-piece cottage chic sectional for only $19.99. In 2 colors with super comfy Bobapedic memory foam seating. Tight on space, the 2-piece is just $14.99. So you can relax and holiday the Bob's way. I couldn't have said it better myself.
There are great local companies looking for talented people. LEX 18 is making it easy to find them. Log on to lex18.com/hiring. For detailed, in-depth investigations that hold people accountable, this is where you watch. LEX 18 investigates. LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
We're in Magoffin County where the community is heartbroken after a school bus crash left 3 students and the driver seriously hurt.
Some county clerks say Kentucky's last ballot was the longest they've ever seen, and they believe that played a big role in long lines on Election Day.
This was an 8.5 by 14 two-sided ballot. And depending on your ballot face and where you lived, it was a full page on the back as well.
And the temperatures keep dropping, leading to problems for unhoused people.
Each of these men, women, and children who otherwise are suffering on the street, they're human beings just like us. We're all in this together.
What local organizations need to help these people this winter. This is LEX 18 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Nancy Cox.
And I'm Larry Smith.
We're starting with breaking news tonight in Georgetown.
A serious crash has shut down the area of McClellan Circle and Seminole Trail westbound. The road is closed and traffic being diverted around the crash. As we learn more about just what caused this accident or any injuries that were involved, we will update you on air and online at lex18.com.
Well, 3 students and a bus driver are in critical condition after a Magoffin County school bus crashed this morning.
Officials say the bus was heading on Route 40 to Salyersville near Tackett Bottom Road when the bus went off an embankment and crashed. The Salyersville Fire Department says the bus landed on its side. A student called 911 shortly after the crash. All 18 students on board sustained injuries that range from minor to critical. The superintendent says they will provide support for the students as they process all that's happened.
All of these families, of these students and this driver, they're in our thoughts and prayers. This is not something you ever want to deal with as school personnel. Those kids come to us and they become our kids. And to see that and deal with that, it's a tough part of the business. And so we would just want to reiterate that our thoughts and prayers are with them. We're going to be following up with them as often as we can, and that we'll do anything that we can to help them.
Officials say this stretch of road has seen several wrecks and accidents in the past. The area has been considered for a guardrail in the past as well.
And understandably, people in Magoffin County are very upset by the news of the wreck, especially because of the timing.
LEX 18's Kristen Edwards spent the day there and continues our coverage of tonight's big story at 6.
Today, people in Magoffin County are grappling with the trauma of this morning's school bus crash.
That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that, and it broke my heart. You could just hear them, crying and stuff, and it's just scared to death.
Magoffin County native Mitchell Bailey
The community is all shocked by this.
says the bus driver is a mother figure to him. He says she loves her job, loves the kids.
She was there when they had problems. She was someone they could depend on.
This comes on the heels of yet another tragedy. Just 9 days ago, high school student Angelica Reif died in a UTV accident. This flag here at her school is being flown at half-staff in her honor.
For our students, because they're so young, there's just a lot of questions. And there would have to be, because there's a lot of questions that I have as a grown-up as to why things happen the way they do, why you have to experience some of the things in life that you have to experience.
Conley has spoken with parents of victims who say right now they're asking for prayers. In Magoffin County, Kristen Edwards, LEX 18 News.
Well, switching gears, it's very chilly outside.
Yes, it is. And it doesn't sound like it's going to change anytime soon, according to Chief Meteorologist Bill Mecca, who is here with their first look at your storm tracker forecast.
Oh, actually, Larry, it is going to change. It's going to get colder.
Yeah, thanks.
So there. Right now, the sky clear as we are looking out from the Lexington Financial Center, 6:03. What that clear sky is going to do here for the next few hours is allow temperatures to drop off reasonably quickly. And then as the clouds begin to increase, we'll see those temperatures level off as we get into the hours after midnight. But then stuff begins to fall out of those clouds. Right now, everything's quiet on the Max Track Doppler. 6 o'clock here again, we're going to watch the overcast gradually increase through the evening. By the time we get to the hours after midnight, now the radars are lighting up. Now, it may take a little while for this to actually reach the ground, but as it does, right now it's showing all rain. As cold as it is likely going to be, as dry as the air is going in, we can get some evaporative cooling, so a little mix at the onset certainly is reasonable. Maybe a little sleet, little snow, but at this point, little, if anything, should accumulate. And the rain is with us off and on through the morning into the afternoon. It will be a cold rain at that. You can see there was some pockets of snow up across Indiana, but for us, again, it looks mostly like a cold rain here, and that'll be tapering off then later tomorrow afternoon. When we're talking about those temperatures as we get your day started, there you are, low 30s, just above freezing, mid 30s at 8, upper 30s as we head toward noon hour, and then up into the low 40s as the rain chances will actually begin to decrease. Looks like we'll be hitting the peak of the rain middle latter parts of the morning. Rainfall amounts will range anywhere from a couple of tenths to as much as a ½ inch of rain. So again, we still need the water, and hopefully nothing else comes along for the ride. We'll talk about all of that as we look ahead in a couple of minutes.
All right, Bill, thank you. The Catholic Action Center's Compassionate Caravan crew was already out this past weekend helping unsheltered people in Lexington.
And the shelter says they don't expect to slow down. In fact, they're anticipating a rough winter. Evelyn Schultz has more on a community partnership that's making sure everyone stays warm.
As temperatures dip this year, there are heightened concerns over the increased amount of people facing homelessness in Lexington.
Our concern is not only the forecast, but what we're seeing right now. The need is great in the number of folks who are experiencing homelessness. In our 23 years at the Catholic Action Center, we've never seen these numbers.
Ginny Ramsey is the director of the Catholic Action Center. She says the pandemic and high rent are both factors that have put more families on the streets. So the nonprofit has partnered with the YMCA for a donation drive to keep people safe and warm this season.
And let me tell you, this is a community need. You know, folks are hurting out there.
Some of the items they need the most include new or gently used sleeping bags, hand warmers, or new thermal underwear. All you have to do is drop those items off at any YMCA in Lexington or the Frankfort location. The nonprofits will make sure they get to unhoused people battling extreme cold so they're able to survive this winter.
Each of these men, women, and children who otherwise are suffering on the street, they're human beings just like us. We're all in this together.
The drive begins this Wednesday and runs through December 16th. In Lexington, Evelyn Schultz, LEX 18 News.
According to Ramsey, at least 3 people died of hypothermia on Lexington streets last winter.
Well, now let's go in depth on how the cold can affect people who have to be outside.
And just like you probably expected, the cold is dangerous for anyone out in it. According to the National Coalition for the Homeless, 700 people experiencing or at risk of homelessness die of hypothermia annually in the United States. Due to the circumstances of life on the streets, many homeless people do not have hats, gloves, or other clothing necessary for cold weather and do not have extra outfits to change into when their clothing becomes wet. The risk of developing hypothermia is raised substantially by the use of alcohol, nicotine, drugs, and some medications. For the most part, voting went pretty well for most people in Kentucky.
But some had much longer wait times than others. Coming up on LEX 18 News at 6, the reason for this and why it's a problem after the break.
Richard Engel catches up with Ukraine's President Zelensky during his surprise visit to the newly liberated city of Kherson. And I speak to Transportation Secretary Buttigieg about his crackdown on airlines over refunds tonight.
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices. And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before.
Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years.
Get a real ID or a standard license.
Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
Cold weather is coming. Is your furnace ready? Save money with Georgetown Advantage Air service maintenance plans. Our certified technicians are here for you day or night, and we always beat the other guy's price. Georgetown Advantage Air. We will impress you.
The MDX, a new era of premium performance. Visit Courtesy Acura in Lexington for attractive offers on the MDX.
My name's Teresa, and this is my addiction recovery care story. When I came to addiction recovery care, I was broken, lost, hopeless. I wasn't even allowed to see my kids. From the beginning, addiction recovery care gave me the tools that were necessary to live a successful life. Now I have my kids back. I'm a full-time employee, and I have the life that I never could have dreamed of for myself.
Members Heritage is offering more this holiday season with our Members Heritage credit card. With every dollar you spend, you earn triple scorecard reward points for things like gift cards and cashback credit. Apply now through December 31st. Members Heritage Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
The value of nurses and midwives in our community cannot be overstated. There are front lines. There are protectors. At Frontier Nursing University, we're proud of the care our students and alumni offer. For more information, visit frontier.edu.
Play Cash Pop. Pick your numbers 1 to 15, match the one number drawn, and you win. Get poppin' every 4 minutes with Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 6.
For the most part, Kentucky experienced a smooth election last week, but there were some vocal complaints about long voting lines.
And county clerks say those were caused by a number of factors, including one that they couldn't do anything about, the length of the ballot. LEX 18 political reporter Carolina Buchek looks at that story.
It's a long ballot. There's a lot on there. Some Kentucky voters found themselves in a long line on Election Day. And there's frustration building over those long wait times. It was even voiced in Frankfort last week.
This is voter suppression. That's what this is.
Now Kentucky election officials agree that the long wait times need to be fixed with additional voting locations. However, they also say there are other factors that definitely contributed to the lines last week.
It was a very long ballot.
Anderson County Clerk Jason Denny says the length of the ballot was unlike anything he's ever seen before.
In my 14 years in this job, it was the longest ballot we've seen.
Everything from statewide races to judicial and school board races, plus 2 amendments. All of these decisions kept voters in the voting booth for longer than normal.
We did see voters Googling the ballot and trying to find out something about those constitutional amendments, which increased the length of time voters were taking.
Kentucky election officials do have the option to speed things up by limiting the amount of time that voters can take to vote. But no one really wants to do that.
In statute, it allows the boards and election officers to enforce a 5-minute limit on voting, marking a ballot. But I don't know too many counties that try to enforce that.
Instead, they wish more people would use the early voting options that are available. In Kentucky, more than 250,000 people voted early, either on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. However, on Election Day, more than 4 times as many people voted. In Anderson County, for example, 31% of voters voted early, 69% voted on Election Day.
A lot of people in line said, I knew better, I should have voted the early days, but I just procrastinated knowing I had today to do it.
Now, Denny says other states that have early voting have found that the split between early voting and Election Day voting evens out to about 50-50 after a few years. But in Kentucky, early voting is still new. So Denny wants people to know that early voting is exactly the same as voting on Election Day.
It's the same process. It's the same vote election officers. It's the same ballot. It's the same scanners to tabulate. It's the same exact process that's done on Election Day.
With a bonus perk of avoiding Election Day crowds. In Anderson County, Carolina Buchak, LEX 18 News.
It is cold outside, and that is not going to change anytime soon.
Coming up on LEX 18 News at 6, Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck has your storm tracker forecast that might have something interesting.
Kentucky basketball signs a historic class for next year while this year's team gets ready for Michigan State. Tom Leaf joins us to talk about that and the football team's loss to Vandy.
And I'll have the grand finale of Off Days with Oscar Shebue.
Sponsored locally by CHI's St. Joseph Health.
This is living proof that there can be life beyond cancer. At Baptist Health, we've treated more patients with breast, colon, and lung cancer than any other health system in Kentucky and southern Indiana. Early detection can help lead to better outcomes. To find out more about our cancer risk assessments and early screening options, visit baptisthealth.com/cancercare.
Hey, welcome to Ronald McDonald House.
Hey, kid. I got some donations here for you from UK Credit Union.
Great, let me show you around. This is where me and Hallie play the arcade. She's really good. And here's where volunteers like Miss Pat make dinner for us. And all of this is free for families like mine because of people like you.
I love it, kid.
Serving our community for 85 years. Join today and be part of something better. UK Federal Credit Union. Because it's banking, only better.
Welcome to Windsor Gardens Senior Living, located in beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky. For more than a decade, we have provided assisted living and memory care services at an affordable price. I'm Carrie Johnson, Executive Director, and I would like to invite you to come visit and see what outstanding services and amenities we offer. We have several floor plans to choose from, restaurant-style dining and great fellowship. Find your home at Windsor Gardens. We know you will love it here.
Symptoms are never convenient, but untreated, they could change the rest of her life. Chest pain, shortness of breath, and numbness could be the first signs of something more serious. At Ephraim McDowell, we provide a full range of services for what matters most to you.
I'm no fan of snow, Bill.
You're not? I didn't know that after sitting next to you for 23 long, grueling years. Oh, no.
Keith Farmer even choked up on that
one. No, it's been wonderful. No, it really
Whatever.
has. I know you.
But
don't like snow.
I didn't even like it before Saturday.
Wasn't that fun?
At the ball game.
Yeah, wasn't that neat? The snow flying and the wind blowing and yeah.
Nothing about that.
Yeah, it was
anyway.
It was an interesting Saturday trying to assemble tailgates and fun along for the ride. But we persevered, as we shall again. You are looking here at 6:16. Not much going on the Max Track Doppler. Let's give you a quick time lapse. That's a really quick time lapse. There you go. Hey, let's do that again, because that one was so quick. Let's do it again. So there's your radar. Here's your time lapse, and you see the clouds coming in. I think I got to go give our time-lapse computer a quick little whap upside the head there, because it's getting squirrely. Winter's early start is our big weather story. This is a weather pattern that you would see in the middle of winter, and it would be a really cold pattern in the middle of winter. This one we'd be talking teens and 20s for highs. As it is, it's a November version of it, so it's 30s and 40s, still way below normal. Almost all rain. Almost. Some folks may see a brief period of some sleet or some snow, but little, if anything, is going to accumulate out of that. And again, for most, it's just that cold, raw rain. Looking toward Thanksgiving week next week. Yeah, it's already Thanksgiving week coming up, but it does look to warm up. What's amazing today is how much of the country is below normal. Normally you get a section or two where you've got the extreme cold and somebody else is warm to balance it out. Right now, and that's not the case. From the Pacific to the Atlantic, from Canada to Mexico, we are seeing temperatures at and below normal. And we're showing you normal, it's plus or minus 5 degrees from what would be considered average. And there's really no place close. South Florida maybe, but again, you're seeing these brisk temperatures plunging all the way down through Texas into the deep south. At the moment, you've got 38 in Springfield, 36 in Columbus, Pikeville's at 41, Bowling Green's at 43. Closer in, Winchester's dropped to 39, so is Owensville, Carlisle's 38. So again, the potential is there that you could get a little bit of a mix to come in. 41 right now at the Bluegrass Airport. The air remains very dry. So even if it's rain that does fall out of the cloud, the air is so dry that through evaporative cooling, you chill the raindrop and you can get a pellet of ice instead of the rain to actually fall. So temperatures would normally be in the mid-50s. So when we are 20 degrees away from normal, as we will be for most of the week, that's why we're saying if this were mid-January, we'd be talking teens for highs with this pattern. It will likely rain at your house tomorrow, in addition to whatever else may come along for the ride. But after that, sprinkle or flurry on Wednesday and dry as we head toward the weekend. Rainfall amounts, a couple of tenths out of Nicholasville, a couple of tenths out of Paris. Danville around 1/4 of an inch. More as we head to the south, though. Jamestown closer to 4/10 of an inch. Match that over in Mount Vernon. As we head then to the southeast, 4/10 out of Manchester, same in Beattyville, Prestonsburg in that same realm. 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch around the east, where you've got 3/10 coming out of Urban. So the radar is showing that you've got a system diving across Texas. Look at the snow associated with that in the cold air. That low is picking up a nice little drink of Gulf of Mexico moisture, beginning to make the turn left. As that happens, we'll begin to see that rain arriving as we go into the night tonight. Again, little mix can't be ruled out with that, but it should change over to cold rain throughout the course of the morning tomorrow, with the snow flying up across more of the Midwest with this. For tonight, the rain will be arriving, again, maybe mixed briefly, overnight lows right around freezing. Tomorrow, periods of rain, a brief mix early, cold and raw. Low 40s. A sprinkle or flurry on Wednesday with temperatures in the 30s. We stay in the 30s Thursday, Wednesday. Let's do that in the right order. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Boy, when it gets cold, everything goes crazy, including Keith.
Kentucky basketball lands the top player in the class of 2023, a familiar name that helps the Wildcats gain a 4th player in the top 10 for next season. We'll tell you more about it next in LEX 18 Sports.
All of these families, of these students and this driver, they're in our thoughts and prayers.
A community searching for answers after 3 students and a bus driver were critically injured in a Magoffin County school bus wreck. Tonight at 7 on Evening Edition.
If you're injured, hire a lawyer who will fight for every penny you deserve. Last year, we recovered $1 billion for our clients. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Geronimo to the rescue. Keep warm this winter with a real superhero from Fireplace Concepts, Central Kentucky's largest heat and glow and Monessen dealer. Let Geronimo keep you warm, and he'll be your superhero too. Fireplace Concepts. Home is where the heart is.
There's no better, easier, or cheaper way to buy new flooring than FloorsToYourHome.com. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof. Over 1,200 styles in stock. Up to 50% off what it costs at those big box stores. At FloorsToYourHome.com, you can easily pick your perfect flooring using our incredible Room Designer software. We then ship directly to your home the next business day. With our huge selection and low prices, it doesn't get any easier than this. So don't buy any new flooring until you shop FloorsToYourHome.com.
Health coverage fans, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for, where you find quality, affordable coverage that's right for you and your family through Connect. And it's about the simplest play you can make. Just go to connect.ky.gov and get started. Now more people than ever will qualify and save more by enrolling through Connect. So get off the sidelines and in the game anytime between now and January 15th. Team Kentucky for the win. Connect, together for a better Kentucky.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
DeJuan Wagner was Coach Calipari's first one and done when he was at Memphis, and now he's getting the chance to coach Wagner's son, DJ, next season after the #1 player in the class of 2023 committed to the Wildcats over Louisville today. Wagner is a 6'3" scoring guard, and this could arguably give Kentucky its best recruiting class ever. The Wildcats now have the #1, 2, 6, 9, and 29th players in the class. Wagner joins Justin Edwards, Aaron Bradshaw, Robert Dillingham, and Reed Shepard as incoming freshmen next year. Now, Wagner is also the brother to Kentucky walk-on Kareem Watkins. He's also a former teammate of Lance Ware and is currently playing with Bradshaw.
Unbelievable group of young people. They all wanted to be here together. And they are all, there's a talent level there, but it's let them do their thing, and then we'll all get together and talk about individuals and all that. But it's, hopefully a good group of kids.
Well, the Wildcats are now 2-0 on the season after wins over Howard and Duquesne, and now the competition ramps up tomorrow when UK travels to Indianapolis to face Michigan State. The Spartans are the first team outside of the top 25 and just about upset #2 Gonzaga on an aircraft carrier last Friday night. Coach Calipari said he needed to see Oscar in practice today before he decides whether or not Shibwe plays against Michigan State.
He's been doing the conditioning stuff. He just hadn't been on that court, and that's totally different. My guess would be he plays 3 or 4 minutes at a stretch, if he plays. It's going to have to get through that and make sure there's no swelling. From what I'm hearing, he doesn't have the lift yet. But knowing him, he wants to play.
The UK football team is coming off Saturday's disappointing 24-21 loss to Vanderbilt, the first win for the Commodores in the SEC after losing 26 in a row. The Kentucky offense struggled to score in the red zone, settling for 3 field goal attempts in the first half, with one of them getting blocked. And Will Levis only able to throw for 109 yards against a terrible Vandy secondary. Coach Stoops says the offensive coaches met for hours yesterday self-evaluating.
Yeah, there are things we certainly could do better, and there are things where if it's too much, I don't want to say too complex, but you have to invest too much time. You know what I mean? We don't have that. You know what I mean? So we got to build on the things we have banked, the things we have done that we could carry that are good, and the areas where we're not targeting things right and they're too complex, we got to toss out.
And congrats to the UK men's soccer team. Won the Sun Belt Conference tournament yesterday with a 2-0 win over James Madison. They remain unbeaten this season. And today the Cats earned the #1 overall seed for the NCAA tournament, highest seed in program history, and it also means a first-round bye. So UK will play this Sunday, November 20th, taking on the winner of either South Florida or Hofstra. And the Cats will get to host. So go ahead and make plans to once again pack the bell for the Cats this coming Sunday. We're going to hear tonight from Walker Buehler and why he was in town, the Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher and former Henry Clay star. We'll be right back.
Is your roof weather ready? Call Ideal Roofing. We are GAF Master Elite Contractors, offering lifetime warranties on weather-related products. Call for your free inspection today. Ideal Roofing, ensuring you have an ideal roof.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 in durability and owner experience so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota BX Series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
This is not the first holiday that I've missed. Days and nights of wasting my life, while my family goes on without me. I realized there was more to my life than my addiction. Landmark Recovery was there to get me on the road to living my life again. Free from addiction, now I see how much life is truly worth living. With the strength and support Landmark is giving me, I won't miss another family holiday.
At H2O Maestro, you'll hear a friendly voice ready to turn your problems into solutions every time. That's our every time promise.
At H2O Maestro, we get the job done right the first time, every time. That's our every time promise.
Did you get a job yet?
Hey there, are you tired of mom hassling you to find a job? How'd you like to make a difference in another person's life? Join the team at the Fayette County Detention Center and jumpstart your career. Starting pay at $20 an hour and get paid to train. Apply now for a $3,000 hiring incentive. Full benefits including tuition reimbursement, overtime pay, and life insurance, as well as competitive promotion track and 5 weeks paid leave. Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Before you make your next electronics purchase, come visit our lifestyle showroom here at Bluegrass Home Entertainment. With over 26 years in Central Kentucky, you will find doing business with us refreshing. So, are you ready to be wowed?
Does your roof have damage? Call Ideal Roofing. We are GAF Master Elite Contractors, offering lifetime warranties on weather-rated products. Call for your free inspection today. Ideal Roofing, ensuring you have an ideal roof.
Now a live look behind the scenes at NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. They're putting the final touches on the broadcast. Just about a minute away. Ahead, Lester Holt with an exclusive for anyone flying over the holidays. Lester learns about new airline refund crackdowns from Transportation Secretary Buttigieg.
All righty, we are looking at a cold, raw day tomorrow. Boy, doesn't that sound fun. We could see a little... No, not really. We could see a little mix of stuff early in the morning, mostly in the pre-dawn hours. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s at 8 a.m. And again, it should be raining at that point. Rain continues into lunchtime with temperatures still in the 30s on our way to highs tomorrow that get up into the low 40s as the rain and whatever else comes to an end.
I said whatever else. At least you didn't use air quotes this time.
But I was thinking them.
I know you were. Thanks for watching. NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt is up next.
We'll see you again at 7 for Evening Edition.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.